What is up, YouTube? It's Unruly, and if you're watching this video, you want to go to EVO. Maybe this year, maybe next year, but this video is all an information guide of tips and tricks of getting you to EVO. This video, unfortunately, won't teach you how to win EVO. Can't teach you that. But I can teach you awesome strats to make EVO more affordable, things that you should look out for, things you should try, and many questions. And I'll try to keep this ongoing. And if I missed anything, and if you've been to EVO and you're like, well, Kenny, you should do this or you should do that, make it a discussion in the comments. Even if you've been to EVO many times, let's help people out. That's the whole new thing. I'm about helping people. So I want to help me help other people. Anyways, so with that said, let's talk about tip number one. Number one, flashy effects. I don't got any of that stuff because I'm a pretty basic editor. Little tip number one, going to EVO. No matter where you're coming from, don't go alone. Come with friends. That is one of the best money-saving tips of EVO, is bringing friends and not doing this alone. Why? Because it saves you money. If you drive, it saves you gas money. If you fly, well, that doesn't save you money, but it will save you money in the hotel room, right? The average, the capacity for hotel rooms are around 4, maybe 5, but 4. Now, I can't tell you this. But they don't really check how many people you have in there. Would I say make 10 people? No. You kind of want to be comfortable. So maybe 6 people in there? I'm not saying to put 6 people on there. I've seen it. But yeah. So bring friends, find roommates. Now you're saying to yourself, Kenny, hey, all my friends are shooty hoops players, or all my friends play Fortnite. They don't like fighting games. They don't want to go. Well, one, tell your friends, hey, even if you don't like fighting games, it's Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas. And if they're like, no, well, guess what, guys? There's a Yo Video Games Discord. And I created a channel in there specifically to find roommates. Now, the Yo Video Games community is an awesome community, so I would check there. I would check different, maybe, Discords and so forth to find a roommate, because going at it alone is a little bit more expensive because they know it's a fighting game championship and they're charging a little bit more per hotel, even though they give you a discount. So that is the main tip right there, guys. Don't go at it alone. Tip 2, when you get to Vegas, whether you fly, drive, or let's say you're taking an Uber to your hotel, before you get to your hotel, number 1, buy a lot of water. Buy a big pack of water, because the casinos are not going to give you water. Waters are going to be $5. You don't get waters in your room. You get free ice, but not water. So the first thing you do before you get to your hotel, stock up, right? Sometimes that's a no-brainer. A lot of people forget. Bring lots of water. Bring or buy, when you get there, lots of foods that have high protein and snacks and beef jerky or granola bars or protein bars during your trip. That will keep you fed, that will keep you hydrated, because it gets very hot in Vegas. So you always want to have something in your stomach, and having like a snack to hold you over is great. So me and Simmons do it all the time. We go out and we stock up. We're going to Vegas. We're buying a bunch of granola bars. We're buying beef jerky. We buy water. We buy snacks that we want to eat. And yeah, that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, if you are above the age of 21, I would recommend bringing your own alcohol. Only if you're legal age, because the legal age to drink in Vegas is 21. Vegas has very relaxed laws when it comes to drinking. Don't get too publicly intoxicated, because that can be bad. So drink responsibly, make sure you eat, but if you want to save money, bring yourself, a nice cup. Drink responsibly, bring your favorite drink, and yeah, there you go. Because Vegas is all about, like, hey, you can drink on the street as long as it's not glass, as long as you're drinking a drink and it's not glass. Go ahead, drink it on the street. Walk around with your favorite drink. It's actually a great thing. So that tip out of the way. Now you're thinking, hey, Kenny, I'm going to Evo. Where should I stay? Well, Evo for the past couple of years have been in the Mandalay Bay, right? So you have your 3 best options to stay at when you're staying at Vegas. But you don't necessarily have to stay. But the closer you stay to the venue, the more action, the more casual matches you have. That's where all the hotness is going, right? Your most expensive option will be at the Mandalay Bay. It's not going to break your bank, but it will be pricey. So that's why get roommates. If you get yourself some roommates, it's pretty dang affordable. And roommate strategy or roommate etiquette, right? Roommate etiquette. Take turns sleeping on the bed, right? Unless you're the guy who put the credit card and made all the plans, you get permanent bed. But the rest of the guys who just chipped in and all this kind of stuff, unless you chipped in barely anything, But etiquette, if you guys all paid around the same amount, share the bed. If you're not like, oh, I can't sleep with, please. We do it all the time. Yo Video Games, me, Steve, and Simmons, we get one room. Sometimes we're gonna cuddle at night. It's no big deal. Get over it. But anyways, if you can't, like, oh man, I can't, man, then you gotta sleep on the floor. But have bed etiquette. So staying at the Mandalay Bay, you're gonna find most of the people staying there. You'll get most of the casuals. It's easy and all that stuff. But the thing about Vegas, it's not that bad if you're not staying at the hotel, right? Option 2 for the second cheapest is the Luxor. The Luxor is a great hotel. I've stayed there many times. I would recommend it. It's really cool. It's nice. It's really close to the venue. You'll get a lot of people who end up staying at the Luxor because it is a more affordable option. You'll save yourself a little bit of money by staying there, and with that money you save, you can use it for food. Luxor is great. Good on the rooms. Not that bad if you want to be closer to the action while there's still some action going on at the Luxor, because a lot of people do stay at the Luxor, right? Option 3, if you want to be close to the action and this is your most affordable resource, is the Excalibur. Now, all these hotels will have con rates, which will be a little bit more expensive, but your third option is Excalibur. Now, I'll be real with Excalibur. The room quality may have changed in a few years, but it will be the lowest quality of the 3. It may or may not have gone up. There's a couple of times in the past where they're saying the quality, isn't that great, but casinos are always improving and so forth. So, I mean, for the previous years, like way back in the day, it was a nicer Motel 6, right? I've had some friends saying Wolf. I've had some friends saying it's okay. The hotels always kind of want to improve their quality. If you have stayed in the Excalibur within the past year or two, leave it in the comments. If you guys have stayed in this hotel, let's leave this video as a discussion for more people who are looking to go to Evo. So those are your 3 closest options, right, guys? If you're looking to save a lot of money, right? If you're like, man, I'm coming from far, I need to save as much money as I can, there are off-strip options, which will save you money, and there are small Uber rides that won't cost you a lot. There's the Orleans. The Orleans is not too far off from the venue. It is a short Uber ride away, And I believe since it'll be a little bit further away, you won't get the big con price because, like a lot of conventions, depending on the size of the convention, they will adjust their prices. Like when it's like that big technical convention, whatever not the E3 or CES, prices are expensive. So the New Orleans is a bit off strip. It's affordable. You'll still get people staying there. That's my personal suggestion. It's not like like I said, the quality. I've had some friends stay there, and it's pretty solid. And at the most part, you're just gonna sleep there, maybe play some casuals. So like I said, I think you won't be spending too much time in the room. And you'll be that one. You'll be a little off the strip. Another good recommendation for me that I would recommend is the Bally's. It's a bit off strip. It is kind of far away, but they always have good deals. The rooms are very nice, very spacious, nice TV. Because a couple of past Evos have been around the Bally's and stuff, so the Bally's is good. The Flamingo Hilton also very good. That's like in about the middle of the strip, and if you're looking to save money, those are a couple of options. Some people even go as far as downtown. That will save you money, but then you're looking to be around 7 miles away from the venue. And, you have to do whatever you have to do to make it to this event if you really want to go. And those are ways you can save a significant amount of money. But if you are there with a group, then remember, you have to share the Uber, you have to share the taxi or whatever, split those costs. So your three choices, Mandalay Bay, Luxor, and say it with me, Excalibur. If you want to be closest to the action, they're going to be a little bit more pricey. You have the New Orleans, which is a bit off strip, but it's a great hotel because they have it's a little bit off strip, but it's more of a local hotel, so they'll cater to locals. So you'll have a good buffet, you'll have a good food variety over there. So there you go. Then you got the Bally's and you got the Flamingo Hilton, which are a bit off strip, which are about a mile, maybe to half a mile away. They have a monorail that you can take that it will leave you pretty close. It is not that bad. Me personally, when I go to Vegas, I walk. I walk or take maybe a monorail. I'm just comfortable with walking, and that's another tip. Bring comfortable shoes because you will be walking a lot. The venue is very far from the room. You got to walk all the way down. So make sure to bring comfortable shoes. I know it seems like a no-brainer, but bring shoes that are very comfortable. Now, with comfortable shoes and comfortable things, people are going to want me to say this. So I'll say this. Make sure hygiene is important, right? It's not that bad. You can travel. I've forgotten hygiene. Just bring some deodorant, take a shower, stack some deodorant chips or deodorant sticks. Bring all that stuff. It's good. Especially your room. You don't want it to be stinky. Yeah, that's a good thing right there. Hygiene. So we've got comfortable shoes. We've got different options on places to stay. Now, Kenny, where should I eat? Should I do buffets? Where should I go? What are some cool places to do? Check out. All right, so the next thing we'll talk about food, right? I talked about bringing your own snacks. I talked about bringing things that will quell your appetite because sometimes you're in the showroom for a long time. So you want to bring something to quell your appetite. Now, when you're at the Mandalay Bay, there isn't that many options. Excuse me. There isn't too many options to go eat because you have the venue, and then halfway between the venue, you have a food court. The food court will fill up fast. There's just a couple of places there. There's like a Subway, a few other restaurants, but the lines will get longer. Then you can go further into the casino, and you can do the buffet and everything like that. The buffet is a little bit expensive. I would totally recommend Cause like day of will be tricky. Day of, make sure you eat a big meal. Take those snacks with you in your backpack with your fight stick and so forth. And eat like a big meal, eat your snacks, and then do something for dinner. Because I'd say the food court is tricky. It gets very full. There are some full service restaurants, but that gets pricey. And if you want to do a buffet, I would recommend the Excalibur. The Excalibur has a very affordable buffet. They've had options before where you can do a 24-hour ticket. Like 24 hours, you get access to the buffet for 24 hours. Me, personally, I'll eat at the buffet once, and I'll be good. And I'll be good for the rest of the day. I'll be pretty full. I'll eat my snacks, and then, maybe a late night treat. Like go to White Castle or something, or Fat Burger. But yeah, the buffet at the Excalibur is decent. It's good. I've eaten there many times. I haven't eaten there in the previous years, but I ate Excalibur. The next best one is the Luxor. It's a little bit more pricey. It's a cool looking location. It's just pretty neat. The Luxor has a good food court. But if you're going to eat right after the event, I'm hungry, that is far. It is significantly far. So I would recommend eating before, having some snacks, because I'm telling you, man, it is a long walk from where you play video games to where the food court is to where the next food court is. Because you got there's 5 restaurants there. Then the rest are fancy restaurants. So yeah, looking to save money, make sure to eat a big breakfast. It will quell your appetite until later on. That's my best advice. If you have time, say, Kenny, I want to go to Vegas and I want to experience a buffet. Some of those buffets on the main strip, like the Caesar's Palace, the Planet Hollywood, all those buffets, they're okay. They're very expensive. I personally couldn't recommend them because for the price, they really aren't that worth it. I would recommend buffets off the strip, something like the New Orleans. I would recommend the Excalibur. They're not going to be amazing buffets if you go to the Excalibur or these other places, but they're affordable because you'll pay $30 to $40 at a buffet at the main casinos, and it's not that worth it. The food is good, but it's not wow. There are plenty of other hotels that offer great buffets. If you're in the chat, in the YouTube comments, let people know hey man, I go to this buffet, I go to that buffet. I have 2 personal buffets that I've been sworn to secrecy that I can't tell, but they're a little off strip, and that's all I can tell you. So, with that said, another bit of advice, bring your own controller. Bring your own fight stick. If you don't have a fight stick, it's okay. Just bring with whatever you play with. Bring your own controller, bring your charger cable. That's a very important rule. Always learn to desync your controllers the proper way. Yeah, that's another good of advice. And they're hey Kenny, what's it like at EVO? Well, EVO has turned into more of a convention. There's lots of cool things you can buy. So save money because there's going to be a lot of talented artists, showcasing lots of art you can buy, fight sticks that you can buy, all kinds of cool stuff, merch, memorabilia, cool stuff that's at EVO. You can buy all kinds of cool, neat things at EVO. So bring money that you'd like to spend at EVO. So yeah, there's posters and wall scrolls and plushies and jerseys and fight sticks and collectible EVO stuff that you want to save money for, because it's not just a place to go see some fighting games. It's also a cool convention. So bring money and save money for that, because it's really cool. What other questions do I have, or could I answer for you guys? I would say let me think about this one. How much money? Is Evo convention to go even if I'm just spectating? It is a great convention to spectate. I would always recommend, like I said, bringing your controller because you can get a chance to play some pros and have some casuals with some pros and stuff on the showroom floor. There's other side tournaments. There's just areas set up and people are playing all kinds of crazy games and it's a lot of fun just to hang out, try these games. There's all kind of mini tournaments and so forth. Yeah. What should I do or see in Las Vegas? Okay. If you have money to save a show, my personal favorite show, I've seen a good number of them, is the Michael Jackson show. If it's still going, I heard it wasn't there. I don't know if it's still going. If it's still going, see one. One is awesome. It's energetic, just great music. Awesome. Because I've seen one, I've seen Ka, I've seen a couple of the other Cirques and so forth. And out of all of those, one is amazing. Ka is great. It's cool because it's kind of like a Avatar. It's got like show. It's really impressive. It's pretty good. It's got a bit of a narrative and it's kind of cool. But I like the energy and the flashiness of Michael Jackson's One. There. What else? Oh, Kenny, if I'm not 21, what do I do? What do I do? Well, if you're not 21, you have to just you can't hang out in the casinos. You can't watch your friends who are 21 gamble, because then the guy's going to say, hey, where's your ID? You don't have an ID? He's like, get out of here. So if you're not 21, you have a lot of options. You have options like you could go to the Excalibur. The Excalibur has a cool arcade. You're not going to find great you're not going to find amazing Street Fighter matches there or something like that. They might have some machines or so forth, but it's something for you to do. And if you're not 21 anyways, just stick to the area where the show is, because then you could just play video games. But if you wanted to happen to see Las Vegas and you weren't 21, you have the Excalibur, you have the New York, which has gotten a great arcade, a lot of competitive games like racing games. They're really good for racing games, and they have a roller coaster and so forth. Circus, it's a bit off strip, but it's a lot of fun, a lot of solid arcade games. I've heard they've been fixing them because a couple of times we had, they'd have like Mortal Kombat, like, oh man, this button is not working. But I've heard they took some time and fixed most of the games and so forth like that. Let me put this dress. Let's go put that up there. There we go. So the Circus is worth checking out if you're under 21. Even if you're over 21 and you just want to play some cool arcade games, definitely check those out. That question done. Next question. Well, if I'm over 21 and I want to gamble, stay away from the main casinos. The tables are going to be a lot more expensive. You're already spending a lot of money on Evo. But in Vegas, a good rule of thumb is bring how much money you're prepared to lose. That's what you have to do. You can't go in there and I'm going to just gamble and not have a plan. If you're going to gamble, I say that, I can't tell you, Kenny, gamble. No. If you want to gamble, bring as much as you're prepared to lose. Because at the end of the day, you could end up losing because it's gambling. So if you're saying, if you saved up a year for 2 years or 3 years, I'm prepared to lose 400, right? If you lose it, well, I was prepared. It's going to suck, but at least you were prepared for it. But if you end up winning, woo, there you go. So, and I would recommend for getting more money out of your bucks is to go middle of the strip, right? Downtown, if you wanted to gamble, that's the good place because the tables are cheap. And I like to gamble socially. I don't like to gamble to I'm gonna win a lot of money. I just like to gamble and have fun. So I always play at the low tables. There are some low tables by the Mirage, I believe the Casino Royale, and there's a couple of other hotels that have great options for more inexpensive gambling. Now, what other things can we do there? Well, if you're over 21 and want some free drinks, come hang out with me, because every year I do a gathering, and we go to the Casino Royale and I buy everybody beers. That's something I like to do to give back to the community. If you want to hang out with me, drink some beers, go around in the strip, and have fun, yes. Another bit of advice: if you're walking down the street and some guy says, "Hey, I'm offering a free limo and drinks to a strip club," don't take it. It's a scam. Believe me. How do I know? I've read it online. Anyways, so don't do that. Hang out with me. We're not going to do that. This year I've been thinking of doing a party bus. That's an option I'm thinking of doing. It could be a party bus this year, or we'll just go back to getting some beers at the Casino Royale, and then walking down to Caesar's Palace, to the Cleopatra Lounge, which is like usually free, and then dance. You know, we get loose, and it's pretty fun. So, with that said, always use the buddy system in Vegas. You know, always make sure you kind of check in with your buds and what's going on and everything like that. But those are my immediate tips. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions. If there's any other questions for this video, let me know. Evo, don't worry about it. Like, too many things. Don't worry. You're going over there to either spectate or compete. Just the number one rule is have fun. You had those options for the hotel, food, and so forth. And I'm trying to think if there's any other things. Nightclubs. Nightclubs are cool. There's a friend of ours called Nurse Courtney, and she's a club crawl manager. She runs a great club crawl. A club crawl is a great way to experience the nightlife. And it's a fair price. You gotta pay, but the thing is, you go to different places. You kind of get some drinks. They play some games to make you socialize. You play some beer pong. You play some flip cup. Gotta be 21 and over. But it's a great way to just kind of walk around the city, see Vegas, go to different clubs and see which one you like. I would recommend a club crawl. It's pretty cool. You get a couple of drinks in there. You get to say man, this club is whack. This club is not whack. I'll leave that yawn in there because, I'm working. But a club crawl. It's a pretty cool thing to check out. And especially just Vegas, walking around at night is a lot of fun. That's just another thing to do. What can I do? Walk the strip. So many adventures happen on the strip. People are out having fun. There's those weird characters. All the crazy Bellagio water show. All kinds of cool stuff is just happening in this. Lots of fun happens on the strip. It gets hot. So, yeah. Last thing, pools, right? And I'm not talking about Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat pools. I'm talking about the pools in the casino. Your best pool is going to be at the Mandalay Bay. They got waves. They've got a lazy river. And, they got some of those things, and they're pretty cool. Luxor's got a pretty neat pool. Nothing major, nothing wild. And another place to stay. It's nothing. It's Excalibur. It's just a pool. Flamingo Tropicana is across the street. You might save some money. It's a good place to stay. Really good pool. Not too far from the venue. A little bit further out, the MGM might be the same price as the Mandalay Bay, but they have an amazing pool, giant lazy river, fun stuff. And that's about it, guys. That's all the things that I can think of to help you guys if you're going to Evo. Remember, this is just advice from me. It's not saying do all these things. But just bring your own water. Get snacks in your backpack. Always worry about your hygiene. If you forget, run back to the hotel. Bring medicine. Bring like whatever stuff. Like I get migraines, so I always make sure I take my migraine medicines with me. You have some options for the hotel. Sometimes entertainment is just walking around the strip with your favorite beverage and checking out the nightlife. There's people everywhere. They're from all over the place. They're having fun. Also, if you're looking for stuff to do, Evo does have panels. Lots of panels for you to check out, and there are different kinds of panels, and they're a lot of fun. And I'm part of a panel with Yo Video Games, which we usually go out and give out free stuff. And we don't know so much about the panels this year, but I'm pretty sure if there's a panel, we'll be there and we can hang out, get autographs. If you wanted to meet Max, you wanted to meet Steve, you wanted to meet Simmons, or if you wanted to meet me, we have the panels there, and they're a lot of fun. They're in Vegas. They'll be, of course, in Vegas. They'll be in the Mandalay Bay. They're really cool, and you should check them out. But okay, I think that's been it. That is my video of Evo tips and tricks and so forth, guys. And if there's anything I've missed, and you've been there many times, let me know. Bring your own system too. Bring your own Dreamcast or whatever crazy game you want. And yeah, because that's another thing where it's just fun. Pools and casuals in the room. That's another free thing. And talk to people like, yo man, we're doing a salty sweet. We're doing this and that. Yeah. And buy your ticket to the main show. It's a lot of fun to see these games played at the arena. It's super cool. Well, okay. That's it this time. That's it. So if you're not going this year or planning next year, you got this video. And remember, don't do it alone. It's more fun to play with others. Don't play with yourself unless you're practicing. And then when you're done practicing, play with others. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah!